today's video, I want to share with you two stories that happened on this trail to the Granddaddy Lake in the high Uinta Mountains. One from 1998 and the other from just this last Saturday that ended with a trip to the emergency room. Please follow along. Hope you enjoy this video. Grandview Trailhead in the high Uinta Mountains. Got some dark clouds rolling in. This was the beginning of an adventure that we will not soon forget. Our destination on this hike is the Granddaddy Lake, which is in the high Uinta Mountains of Utah. It's a wilderness area, which means this is a protected area. Nothing with wheels. The only way in or out of these mountains is by foot or by horseback.
Clouds are coming.
We were beginning our hike just ahead of a major storm that was coming through with hail, thunder, lightning, and heavy rain. It was about here on the trail that the rain just started to come on in. Got our rain gear out.
All right, onward and upward.
I had been looking forward to this hike with my boys, my son-in-law and my nephew for some time. And we've been talking about it for years. We finally put it on the calendar and made it happen. Come sunshine or rain, we were going.
Yeah, so I don't want it rolling down your back.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
You were something like this.
For that one. I'm glad I brought gloves.
I should have.
I almost didn't.
Let's go backpacking, they said.
I think we're good.
Nice.
We only got 3.5 more miles.
What are we, about halfway?
Sure.
Well, look, it's clearing up. We were lucky to have a break in the weather, and it dried out just a bit. Allowed us time to have a little bit of break, have a snack, and continue on. Even on a stormy day, you can't help but appreciate the beauty of these mountains. If you ever get a chance, almost anywhere in the high Uinta Mountains you can go. There's lots of trails, and you will find some of the most beautiful scenery you'll ever see. And the rain is back. But here, right here, we're approaching Hades Pass, which will shortly give us a view of Granddaddy Basin and Granddaddy Lake. This is one of my favorite parts of this hike. It's been a number of years since I've been up here, but it is just, even on a day like this, it's just breathtaking. The very first time I'd ever come to Granddaddy Lake, I broke the #1 rule of hiking with family and friends: don't separate from the group. And that's what I did on that trip. I separated, and I actually spent the night by myself because I could not find where they were. I lost them, and they didn't know where I was all night long. They were worried about me, I was worried about them. On that trip, I actually made it all the way back down to the trailhead and spent the night in the car, and it rained all night long. Next morning, I left my gear and ran up the trail, and I found my family. They were relieved, and so was I.
There it is.
That's not Granddaddy.
This one's Heart Lake. Down there's Granddaddy.
It's the one with the island, right?
Yeah.
That farther one is Granddaddy, Johnny.
On that first trip, when I got to this point, it was so cloudy that I never did see the lake, and I actually hiked past it. And that's where I made the mistake, because my family had cut off to the lakes because they'd been there before and I never had. Alright, so here we are. We made it to our camp. It was just lightly raining. It allowed us enough time to get set up. I didn't really want to set up camp in a downpour, and neither did they. The real adventure of this trip hadn't begun yet, but that's coming up here shortly. But we were just getting everything set up, making sure that we could stay dry through the night. So just after we got all of our camp gear and everything set up, we had a fire going and we were relaxing a little bit, and this is where the tragedy started.
Currently it's 47 degrees.
47 degrees?
Yeah. That's what my little thing says.
This arrow on that rock, that is where I tripped and hit the back of my head and cracked it open. You know, head wounds, they bleed a lot. Didn't get any of that on video, but we had to break camp and head out. Tried to get to the emergency room as fast as we could. The reason I look like a goofball,
Let's keep it moving.
Is we're on our way out of here because I'm okay. I was backing up to take a picture of the boys, tripped, fell backwards, cracked my head on the rock. I'm bleeding pretty good, but I'm bandaged up with what have I got on my head?
Just some gauze.
I got my
And
my thermals,
Yeah.
something else.
A bandana, Johnny's bandana.
We're hiking out. Probably gonna go to the hospital and get some stitches. And so far I'm feeling pretty good. I don't have to carry my pack, so
Yeah, we ditched some stuff. We're gonna try to get out of here.
the rest of the guys are back there. They're gonna carry my gear, and we'll hike out of here. My head's throbbing pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but I bet you, if anything, just needs some stitches.
Definitely a minor concussion at least.
Maybe. Yeah, I backing up, take that stupid picture, and just fell and hit my head on another rock. Could have been a lot worse. I probably could have been where I'm not talking to y'all right now.
Can't go down the ship.
Captain's log.
Almost to the car,
Journey.
I think. Now it's
Close.
now it's starting to hurt.
Okay,
Gotta get to the hospital.
run up to those guys.
Okay, hopefully
You keep an eye on them.
Ryan's gonna go catch Wyatt and Ryan. Be careful, please. Jonathan and I are going to the car as soon as I can get moving. That's my creative way of getting out of carrying my own backpack. The other guys stepped in and carried it. We're almost to the car, I think.
That right behind us.
And look at that. They're right behind us. You made it!
Yeah, there.
Nice. Now I don't have to worry. Where's Wyatt?
He's just behind us. He's sending a message.
Made it to the car. Next stop, Huber Hospital. My wife Amber was waiting at the hospital when we got there. Ended up with 5 staples on my head, and then they sent us home. Be safe, everyone.